guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Here we are, the two of us.
Yes, we are.
In full motion.
Yeah.
Have you ever been caught in a bad landing or anything like that, or a bad takeoff? Any plane experience? That's,
Not really, no. A bit of turbulence here and there. A few landings where it's felt a bit bumpy on touchdown sort of thing, but sort of been pretty lucky over the years. I mean, I've not done a massive amount of flying, but I guess you've been all around the world and you've done a hell of a lot more flights than me, but I've been, touch wood, fairly lucky with flights.
Had a couple of incidents, nothing major as such. The biggest one was when a plane I was on dropped like a lot. Yeah, and the woman sat in the seats next to me. She fell out of the seat, jumped up and hit the overhead locker.
Oh, really?
And landed in the aisle. I had my seatbelt fastened.
Right.
So I saw bounced around a little bit. I like it when you get turbulence though, because I like the fear on everyone's face, especially when it's bad turbulence. I'm looking around and going like, shit in it. Yeah.
Especially people, because there's a lot of nervous flyers out there.
There is.
And if you do get a bit of turbulence as well, mixed in with it, and then it's Yeah,
and I've been on one where it's come down to land and it's hit the tarmac and then gone off again, took off again.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
so
I had
a little kid sat across the way from me, and the kid was terrified.
Yeah,
sort of thing. And I didn't want to put any more.
But you just going. I
don't know if we've got enough fuel to go around.
What's wrong with we'll make it back again now?
Anyway, these are the scariest crosswind landings caught on camera. Doing this because today is really windy in the UK.
It is, unseasonably.
Sort of windy. Really. We've got that tropical storm that was in the USA. Yeah, that sort of like moved its way over this way and formed some kind of problematic weather.
It's been really, really windy, hasn't it? So
let's see these scariest crosswind landings caught on camera.
From a 500-person Airbus in Germany that nearly lost control, and an Ethiopian cargo plane that got caught in a strong Miami crosswind, to a stormy day in the UK that put dozens of pilots to the ultimate test, and much more. Here are some of the scariest crosswind landings caught on camera.
I was coming back from a small airport in Holland, coming back to Manchester, and we're on a prop plane. It's weird. It's like one seat down either side.
Oh,
so it's not like
so
you get like one
really
seat.
small
And I was sat and I'm looking out the window, and you can feel it's windy as you're coming in, you're bouncing around a little bit, and the clouds out and all that sort of thing. And as I'm coming into Manchester, I look out the window, and we're actually approaching the runway. The runway's like out the window sideways. Yeah. So we're almost coming in at an angle, but sideways on. Yeah. And I just tapped Gaynor and went, look. There's the runway. She's like, oh my God.
Jeez. That doesn't sound good, that.
No.
With roughly 16 million passengers in 2022, Düsseldorf Airport in northern Germany is the 4th busiest airport in the country. It services flights from all around the world, with trips to and from the UAE being the 9th busiest route. On October 5th of 2017, an Emirates-operated Airbus A380 came in for a landing at Düsseldorf. Meanwhile, powerful crosswinds brought on by Cyclone Xavier smashed into the plane. Our pilots had to lean on every second of their training to land safely. But things didn't go so smoothly once they finally touched down.
That's what I mean about sideways on.
Yeah, jeez. Look at that. Incredible.
The size of it.
Oh, jeez. Can you imagine being on it?
Oh, I love it.
Wow.
Look at how heavily the wind affects the wings and tail fin. Imagine being in the cockpit knowing more than 500 people are relying on you to land safely. Thankfully, these are some of the most skilled pilots in the world. The Airbus A380 is the world's largest passenger plane. It features 2 full-length seating decks that can fit between 525 and 853 people comfortably. Wow. As of today, Emirates Airlines has the largest fleet of A380s, with 123 ready to fly. The next largest is Singapore Airlines, and they only have 14.
Wow, it's incredible.
Ethiopian Airlines is the largest airline group and cargo operator in Africa. From humble beginnings in 1945, they'd eventually be named the best airline in Africa in 2017. They made further history in 2018 after agreeing to twice-weekly freighter flights between Ethiopia and Miami. It marked the first ever cargo route between Miami and the African continent.
Always makes you wonder I was in cargo, so I know quite a lot what goes on, but it always makes you wonder, like, how would you have, what cargo is moving from Miami, apart from obviously the obvious ones, what we're going to think of, But what cargo is moving from Miami to Ethiopia and vice versa?
I know, yeah.
Don't know
To open a route the way it's regular.
But when I was in the USA, my area was West Africa. So I used to do all the cargo that used to go, general cargo used to go West Africa. But you'd be surprised what people used to send. Yeah. A lot of it was cosmetic, and like one guy used to get donations of bikes.
Oh, really?
And send like shitload of bikes, like Sierra Leone and places like that.
Incredible.
But it's just weird how you got freight. But that was ocean freight, but this is air freight.
Yeah.
When you're talking air freight, it's premium money. So you're wondering what's going from Ethiopia.
Would it be fresh goods sort of thing?
Could be.
Stuff like that. I'm guessing there's a bit more of a rush to get it over, perishables. So maybe.
Things ran pretty smoothly over the next few years. Then, in April of 2021, an Ethiopian cargo flight caught everyone's eye when it made an extremely rocky landing. To their credit, the pilots did their best after getting caught in a strong crosswind.
That's moving a lot, that, isn't it?
Oh, that's too... Yeah, that was must have popped a tyre there, right?
Yeah.
I think the engine casing's missing, right? It's supposed to be like that.
It was a scary moment when it looked like the front gear wouldn't touch down. Had they gone any further on the rear wheels, the pilot would have had to abort and circle back. Thankfully, the front gear touched and the plane stopped safely. Since this was a cargo flight, the only people on board were the pilots and crew. Hopefully, whatever they were carrying didn't suffer any damage. If you're flying into North Somerset in the UK, you'll likely land at Bristol International Airport. In 2019, they were ranked the 8th busiest airport in the UK, servicing over 8.9 million people. According to their website, the numbers have kept going up and up and up. Bristol International was dealt a lousy hand in August of 2020. The pandemic had already limited the number of flights they could service. Now, Storm Francis was coming to make those flights harder than they already were. Plane after plane battled 43-mile-per-hour crosswinds as they tried to land at Bristol International. Thankfully, these pilots were highly skilled in the art of crosswind landings.
So
it may look a little silly, but these crab-style landings are the safest way to land in stormy conditions. First up was an EasyJet Airbus A320 from Inverness, Scotland. Let's see how this pilot weathered the storm.
10 kilometers.
That's a big-ass plane coming from Inverness to Bristol.
It is, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah. Again, I wonder why. Would it be like a cargo one again? Or?
No, that's EasyJet.
Right. Wow.
It's probably just repositioning, maybe, or
maybe it's a stop off or something.
Yeah,
or, I don't know.
Some of them do flights for like, don't they? Just like, is it times or something like, or something to do with the compression, sort of like of the. Someone will let us know. He's an aviation geek, but it's. I know they sort of like they have to put them in the air for certain times to do whatever. But yeah, Inverness to Bristol. That's it's a bit short hopping it for a big ass plane.
Yeah,
like that.
just a bit.
Or more. Overcast, 1,800 feet. Towering cumulus detected. Temperature +1.8. Dew point +1.4.
So weird.
Sounds like someone reading the news during the war.
I know, yeah. Very methodical, aren't they? Yeah.
H997 hectopascal. Threshold elevation 6.
One of my pilot mates was telling me once that you have to, when it's really windy, you have to come in a bit faster.
Oh, right. Really? It looks like a technique, doesn't it? That they're going with the wind, aren't they? Instead of fighting against it. I mean, the skill for that to know how far
We'd
out to
call
come
that
and sort of
perfect
land over.
execution.
Yeah,
But what's harder? Landing during a crosswind or taking off? The general consensus is crosswind takeoffs are easier than crosswind landings.
I would have
That
thought so.
said, it still requires skill and finesse to keep the plane from veering off course. Next up, we have a Ryanair flight EI-EKN from Bucharest, Romania. Watch how this pilot executes a perfect crab landing, ensuring the nose of the plane hits straight on the runway.
Wind jet 240 degrees, 21, maximum 26.
I guess that's what they call it, sideways thing.
Yeah,
crab
it must be.
landing.
Yeah. Again, the skill to do that.
No.
To get it bang in the middle of the runway as well, coming in at an angle. Unbelievable.
It's intense, isn't it, watching these?
Yeah.
The skill. Wow, well, you just flipped it there.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ooh.
The crab method
Nice.
is how pilots land during a crosswind. If they kept their nose pointed straight ahead, the wind would push them away from the runway and into the grass. By turning into the wind, the pilot counters the force and can keep the plane online. Then, they turn away at the last second, ensuring the front gear touches down on the center line. As you can see,
so they go
the
into
plane
it.
looks like
Right.
it's flying sideways, hence the crab method. The next
Now I know.
EasyJet pilot
Yeah.
from the Canary Islands pulled off their crab landing perfectly. Watch how the plane looks like a puppet on strings as it comes down.
That's bouncing around inside as well, isn't it? You know.
Oh, just a bit.
Look at you see it there, the way it's just manoeuvring down a little bit.
I think I'm going to wait for a very, 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 very windy day and get to Manchester Airport, I think. And go and have a watch.
Gaynor took my grandson to the airport hotel
Yeah.
last week because he likes to watch the airplanes, and the outside of the garden is right on the runway.
Yeah, that's right,
It's where
yeah.
the planes turn to take off or they come
Yeah.
to land, sort of like whichever way. And it's just imagine that she got there at something like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
and she said it was packed.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does do, yeah,
And,
yeah. It's
so especially on a
very,
nice
very
day. But
popular.
imagine today with the weather being windy this morning. Imagine that would have been rammed.
Yeah, there'd be a lot more people
Yeah.
there without a
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah, yeah.
It's a great view though when you go in.
Oh,
It's
it's
incredible.
spectacular, yeah.
You're pretty much right in the airport.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
an incredible place.
Yeah, I know. How green the UK is.
I know, yeah.
Oh, brilliant that.
Look at that.
Oh, not finished yet though.
Nearly there. Yeah.
Even small private
seconds.
planes have difficulty landing during a crosswind. Let's see how this Cessna 525B from
Ooh.
Biggin Hill handles the rough conditions.
It's got to be worse on a small plane, surely. Surely you're going to feel it even more. I
No,
don't know.
it's less target for the window. I'm not sure how it
maybe.
works. Don't know.
Suppose so.
He's about a bit though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's,
That's a bit
Oh,
lively.
sure.
Oh, I mean, that's proper sideways.
fair play.
Yeah, nice one again.
Nice little plane as well.
Nice.
Thankfully, every plane flying into Bristol that day landed safely. Still, some passengers were in for rockier landings than others. Take this TUI Airways flight from Greece, for example.
2E, not TUI.
2E, yeah.
2E.
Must admit though,
If
you
he drops, he's dropping there, man.
It's gone down quick, hasn't it? There. Oh, it's going to be bumpy.
Heavy landing this.
Who's pulled it back?
According to our resident plane spotter, Mr. Aviation Guy, none of the planes had to abort any landings despite 43-mile-per-hour crosswinds. Now, things weren't as peachy in other parts of the UK. Storm Francis brought record-breaking winds and heavy rainfall to different parts of the country. Thankfully, things weren't too bad in Bristol, and our pilots could stick to their scheduled flights. If you enjoyed this video and want to see...
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed that. I like
Very
watching
good.
things like that.
Yeah.
Still amazes me how planes fly.
It's
I just
incredible,
can never get
isn't
my head around it.
You look at the A380s, I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely huge, aren't they? It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, if they
mind-blowing.
have a couple of days coming in here from wherever they come from. It's mostly Emirates, I guess, and it's Dubai.
I think,
and you see the way how slow it sort of like glides through the air.
Yeah, it looks like it's not moving, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You
'cause they
think,
fly right over. We're right in the the pathway, aren't we?
That's
Sort of
right,
thing. We're only
yeah.
2 minutes from the airport.
yeah.
But it's amazing. Like when you just watch it, it's just you never get tired of watching it, mate.
No, I love it, mate.
Yeah.
Watch them take off land, absolutely brilliant. But it must be so off-putting, like I said, if you're coming in sideways and you're nearly down and there's just grass there, you think, hold on, where's the runway? And you're coming in sideways, it's got to be a bit nerve-wracking.
There's one runway I landed on. I think it might be Hong Kong or somewhere in China anyway. I'm pretty sure it's Hong Kong where you actually land, but the runway goes out into the ocean.
Yeah, I think
so you kind of looking now as you're getting lower, like you just sort of like you don't really see much of the runway at first.
Yeah.
Just you're seeing sea, and you're like, hang on a minute.
Yeah, where's the runway?
Yeah, especially the first time you landed there, you're like,
I think there's one of them, or it used to be. Didn't used to come on like a really steep angle, and you used to have to go over the mountain then and come in.
Well, Hong Kong original airport was real bad because it was like high-rise buildings and shit.
That's
and
right. Yeah.
The angle you used to come in at was quite a strange angle to get in at.
Steep and everything, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's good if you like. For me, I don't get scared on a plane. If you're going down, you're going down. It's simple, and I don't get.
Yeah.
There's nothing really sort of like scares me when I'm flying as such. But for someone like me who's like interested in sort of like manoeuvres, the way to play manoeuvres, going into Hong Kong, you're like looking out the window and going, wow, look at the views you're getting because you are really banking to the side.
Yeah.
And you're looking directly at buildings, sort of thing. And they've changed it now to the new airport sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it was some of the buildings. I think Sao Paulo as well in Brazil.
Right.
When you're flying down, you just see miles and miles and miles of buildings.
Yeah.
And you're thinking this is going to be a crazy city.
Yeah.
Just before you even land,
And it
you're
is.
thinking, you're thinking this is going to be nuts here because it's just concrete everywhere.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. It's just massive miles of it. But it's that's the good thing about when you come into land. You get a great. Sometimes you get a great view of where you're going.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
you-
Some of the views are
spectacular.
amazing.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
There you go.
Yeah, good one.
Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.